There are mere hours left of 2018, which means the January transfer window is on its hinges and ready to swing open. Premier League clubs up and down the country, as well as the biggest sides in Europe, are searching for their checkbooks as we speak. Manchester City may feel their squad needs strengthening after Pep Guardiola's side fell behind Liverpool in the title race. Acorss the City, can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer convince the Manchester United board to splash the cash in a bid to haul the Old Trafford club back into contention for a top 4 spot? Arsenal meanwhile are reeling from their demolition by Liverpool, which could see Unai Emery go cap in hand to his bosses. We will have all the latest gossip, rumours and done deals right here. Key EventsDeclan Rice extends West Ham contract 1817 Hazard playing waiting GAME 09052236 City's bid for Ndombele knocked back. Manchester City must up their offer if they want Lyon man Tanguy Ndombele. The Times are reporting that the Premier League champions have had a £45 million bid rejected. They value the Frenchman near £60 million and City now must decide if they will go back in. Pep Guardiola is chasing another midfielder, likely to be the only position they are looking to strengthen in January. 2158 Chelsea do still have an interest in Gonzalo Higuain, but the Blues have yet to lodge an official bid to sign the striker. Maurizio Sarri would love to be reunited with the player who served him so well at Napoli. But they are yet to make an offer for the on-loan Juventus man. 2120 Brown eyed up by struggling Huddersfield are trying to convince Tottenham to allow teenage left-back Jaden Brown to join their relegation battle. Huddersfield need more attacking energy and see Brown as the type of player they need. The 19-year-old only has 6 months left on his deal and his future seems unsure. 2100 hours injury issues could put Howe on transfer alert. Bournemouth may need to make transfer window moves if Nathan Ake's injury is a problem. The Dutch defender suffered a hamstring issue at Old Trafford and was withdrawn during the 4-1 defeat. Out of form, Bournemouth are already without Simon Francis, Lewis Cook, Dan Gosling and Adam Smith due to knee problems. I need to speak to Nathan and the medical team, but it looked like a hamstring concern, said Howe. Tam is tempting for Watford. Watford are looking at nice midfielder Adrien Tameze as a possible replacement for £50 million rated Abdoulaye Doucoure. The Hornets are adamant they are not going to sell Doucoure, a revelation since he was snapped up for a bargain £6 million from Rennes 2 years ago in the January window. But they are keeping tabs on Tameze in case Paris St Germain, whose pursuit of 25-year-old Doucoure is hotting up, make an offer Watford owner Gino Pozzo cannot refuse. 1942 Mason's move will be first January deal. Everton's Mason Holgate will move to West Brom as soon as the transfer window opens. The 22-year-old has already passed a medical and should become the first confirmed January deal. The England U21 prospect has made just 4 Premier League starts this season. Albion are battling at the top of the championship and are fighting to return to the top flight at the first attempt. 1922 Vida wanted by the Whites. Fulham are interested in Croatian World Cup finalist Domagoj Vida. The 29-year-old centre-back helped his country to the brink of glory during the summer, but his club side Besiktas are prepared to cash in on him. Fulham boss Claudio Ranieri has made strengthening his defence a priority this January and will be given funds to spend in order to do so. Everton and West Ham retain a long-term interest in Vida, who is under contract until 2022. French club Monaco are also keen. 1742 German trio form a queue for Hudson-Odoi. A third German club have joined the chase for Chelsea forward Callum Hudson-Odoi. RB Leipzig are next in line to try and take the 18-year-old off Chelsea's hands. Bayern Munich are said to have already had a £20 million bid turned down. According to Kicker, Leipzig are now keen, but must also battle Bundesliga leaders Borussia Dortmund for the young England prospect. 17:10 PSG told, pay up for Doucoure. PSG must pay up if they want Watford's Abdoulaye Doucoure. The Hornets rate their player just as highly as they did Richarlison. That means the French club will have to find the £50 million or more that Everton did to take their Brazilian. Head coach Javi Gracia accepts it will be very tough to keep Doucoure at Vicarage Road if PSG get close to their asking price. 16:42 is Arsenal's Mo on the move. Leicester City continued to try and lure Mohamed El-Neni from Arsenal. The Egyptian isn't enjoying life under Unai Emery. He is keen to move in January, even on loan. But the midfielder will wait to see what other options there are for him once the window reopens. 15:50 Milan cast doubt over Cesc transfer. We know Cesc Fabregas looks set to leave Chelsea in January, but it doesn't appear AC Milan will be his next destination. Milan manager Gennaro Gattuso has cast doubt over the deal because of financial fair play restrictions. We have stakes. We cannot do what we want, Gattuso told the AZN. The club has been clear. Fabregas? There are important figures involved. Maurizio Sarri still hopes the Spaniard will stay, but that looks increasingly unlikely. Cheerio to Chicharito. Cheerio to Chicharito. Valencia are trying to sign West Ham striker Javier Hernandez. The Spanish club are desperate for goals and want the 30-year-old Mexican striker on loan until the end of the season. Hernandez has been out with injury, but Valencia are confident that he wants to move to Spain in the January window. There would also be a £7 million clause in place to turn the loan move permanent next summer. 14:56 Pepe on future. Nicolas Pepe insists he has no plans to leave Lille in January. The Ivorian striker has been linked with a move to Arsenal. And while he is open to a summer switch, he will be going nowhere when the transfer window opens. 14:37 Pulisic deal confirmed. Christian Pulisic's prospective transfer to Chelsea might have been inadvertently announced by a former Fulham forward. The 20-year-old American, who has also been linked with moves to Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester United, has been strongly linked with a move to the Blues in recent days, with some reports suggesting that a deal had been agreed. Pulisic's contract with Borussia Dortmund expires in the summer of 2020, and with no sign of a new deal being agreed, he seems set to leave the Bundesliga giants either in the January transfer window or in the summer. Chelsea are the new hot favourites to sign him, and according to former USA international forward Eddie Johnson, they might have done that already. Read more here. 1414 Parish hints at Solanke deal. Crystal Palace chief Steve Parish has refused to rule out a move for Dominic Solanke. The Eagles are looking to sign the Liverpool striker on loan in January. And when asked if a deal for Solanke was in the works, Parish gave little away. 1331 Rabiot statement issued by Barcelona insists they have not reached an agreement with PSG over Adrien Rabiot. Reports have emerged in France that a deal was in place for Rabiot to sign for Barca on a pre-contract agreement in January. That led to suggestions that they had breached rules regarding the signing of players. But while Barca admit they have held talks with PSG over the France midfielder, they insist a deal has not been agreed. 1312 David Anderson Fabregas on his way. Cesc Fabregas is reportedly in talks about leaving Chelsea. The Spaniard has fallen down the pecking order under Maurizio Sarri this season. His absence against Crystal Palace is believed to be down to injury, but Marca claims he is set to quit the club in January. 1246 Camarasa going nowhere. Cardiff boss Neil Warnock insists Victor Camarasa is in the perfect place to thrive. The Real Betis loanee struck from 25 yards in injury time to earn the Bluebirds a 1-0 win at Leicester on Saturday. It was the midfielder's third goal of the season after Neil Etheridge had saved James Maddison's second-half penalty. Warnock has said Camisara will not have his loan cut short in January despite reported interest from other clubs and feels he can flourish in the Welsh capital. 1226 More woe for Morata. Alvaro Morata's frustration was there for all to see as Chelsea faced Crystal Palace. The Spanish striker has gone from no point one choice to barely a squad player under Maurizio Sarri. Morata wasn't involved against Watford last time out, but was recalled to the squad for the clash at Selhurst Park. His Stamford Bridge career is hanging by a thread going into 2019 and Morata couldn't hide his disappointment. 1150 David Anderson Bruce set for Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday are set to confirm his appointment as manager this week. Wednesday are understood to have agreed terms on a £2 million a year contract with Bruce to succeed Jose Luhuke. Bruce, 57, is the Isles' number one choice to take over at Hillsborough, and it is believed they lined him up before sacking Dutchman Luhuke on December 21. Bruce, who began his managerial career at city rivals Sheffield United, told Wednesday he wanted to spend Christmas and New Year with his family after losing both parents this year. His backroom coaches Steve Agnew and Stephen Clemens have already started watching Wednesday in preparation for his arrival, and the Owls hope he will in place for Saturday's FA Cup tie with Luton. Sheffield Wednesday are set to confirm his appointment as manager this week. 1127 Saints I Southampton are eyeing a move for Olympiacos defender Omar Abdoulaye. The 27-year-old had a previous loan spell in the Premier League with Hull in 2017. Saints boss Ralph Hasenhüttl is a big admirer and wants to strengthen his defense, reports the Mail. 1050 Pulisic set for Chelsea. German journalist Raphael Honigstein thinks Christian Pulisic is heading for Chelsea. The Blues are favourites to land the Borussia Dortmund star, with Liverpool cooling their interest. and Honigstein told Sunday Supplement that a bid has been made by the Premier League side. 10:33 Solskjaer advice to Martial and De Gea. Manchester United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has urged David De Gea and Anthony Martial to sign new contracts and make Old Trafford history. United have been forced to take up the options of 12-month extensions with both players after talks stalled over fresh deals. But the club will push once more to secure their long-term futures in the new year after sacking Jose Mourinho as manager and installing Solskjaer until the end of the term. The Norwegian caretaker said, "I know the club want them to sign, of course, because they are top-quality players." Manchester United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has urged David De Gea and Anthony Martial to sign new contracts and make Old Trafford history. United have been forced to take up the options of 12-month extensions with both players after talks stalled over fresh deals. But the club will push once more to secure their long-term futures in the new year after sacking Jose Mourinho as manager and installing Solskjaer until the end of the term. The Norwegian caretaker said, "I know the club want them to sign, of course, because they are top-quality players. It's down to the players, but when you're at Man United there isn't a lot of greener grass on the other side. You are at the best place. It's the biggest club in the world." 10:17 Zappacosta lined up as Plan B. Lazio will make a move for Chelsea defender David Zappacosta if they again fail to convince Manchester United to sell the Matteo Darmian. Zappacosta was a £22 million signing from Torino in August 2017, but has made just 10 appearances for the Blues this season and played just twice as a sub in the Premier League, with new boss Maurizio Sarri using a four-man defence. The Romans have been monitoring the 26-year-old Italian's situation at Stamford Bridge as an alternative to United outcast Darmian. They wanted Darmian in the summer, but failed to tempt United into selling a player who cost them £12. 7 meters, ironically, also from Torino, 3 years ago. Doucoure to Chequebooks to Villa. Dean Smith is closing in on the signing of Levante midfielder Doucoure. Aston Villa's boss is fighting off the attention of Rayo Vallecano to land the 26-year-old on a loan deal until the end of the season. The Ivory Coast international is well known to the club's new sporting director Jesus Garcia Pitarch, who has strong links in the region. The player is out of favour at the Valencia club and will be allowed to leave. 0904 loan deal for Baxter. Chelsea are looking for another loan for young goalkeeper Nathan Baxter. The 20-year-old has impressed while at Yeovil this season, but The Sun reports the Blues are eager for him to test himself in the Championship. 8:14 Hummels deadline set. Chelsea have been set a deadline for their reported pursuit of Mats Hummels, reports The Sun. The Blues are thought to be eyeing a £30 million move for the Bayern Munich defender. But Bayern want a deal done by no later than January 14 to give them time to sign a replacement. Not nice to keep them waiting. Mario Balotelli has been told to make up his mind about his plans as Nice grow tired of his indecision. "I have given Mario a few extra days off to think about his future and what he wants to do," manager Patrick Vieira said. "He's under contract here, and everything is possible. If we can come to a common agreement, who knows?" The former Manchester City striker is said to be keen to move on. Moscow moved for Saints Manolo. CSKA Moscow are offering strugglers Southampton the chance of offloading goal-shy hitman Manolo Gabayadini. The Italian international has only scored 12 goals in 3 seasons at St Mary's following his £15 million move from Napoli. Ralph Hasenhüttl is keen to dump some of his underperforming players next month, and Gabayadini, who has only scored 1 this season, is among them. He is wanted back in Serie A by Fiorentina and Bologna, but they are both only interested in loan moves with an option to buy. Hasenhüttl would rather a permanent deal, which CSKA are willing to offer as well, pay around £5 million to get their man. German giants Ajax Hudson Odoi Borussia Dortmund want another young English starlet, but their big rivals do too. Chelsea's Callum Hudson-Odoi is attracting the Germans' interest, with Bayern Munich now joining the race. The attacking midfielder has already been the subject of an ambitious £13.5 million bid, Sky Sport claim. The Blues have knocked it back and aren't keen to sell.